explainer video around the sales process that helped me close over 100K in deals for my agency MMH, Metro Media House. And this is something that I have been working on over the last 15 months, ever since I started the agency, plus something that we use till date inside the agency. So there's nothing really that I'm going to hide in this video. So we can just dive straight into it. So what we'll cover inside this is firstly, why you probably need this process, right? You could be struggling to get more leads, or you might be having problems in, converting those leads into paying customers. Then I'm going to give you a quick overview of some of the things that we do inside the agency. Then I'll walk you guys through step by step of how the process looks like, and then the actionable steps for you. All right. So that's how things will be inside this video. And let's move on to the first one, is why you probably need this process. Okay. Firstly, the thing is that you are probably a freelancer, or you might have your own agency, or you just offer some sort of a service yourself. And it's that you are either completely new in this space, or you are like relatively new. You have tried some things here and there, but most of the things aren't working out, or you probably have spent a bit of time in this space, but you do not have a set process that can then bring predictable cash flow. And it's probably happening because you're not booking consistent discovery calls. The biggest lifeblood of any service business is the amount of awareness that you have, plus the amount of interest that you're then able to generate, that gets people through your funnel, and then you are able to convert them. Okay, the discovery calls is the first measurable metric that should be like an ideal goal for you. Me personally, inside my own agency, I have a goal that I want to book at least 6 to 8 very qualified discovery calls every week, because if I do that, even with a bad closing rate, I have predictable cash flow coming in. Okay. And probably the big reason why you are not booking discovery calls is, firstly, I haven't even written it here. I'm going to write it. Your offer is bad. There are so many resources out there, right? I personally watch Matthew Larson or Daniel Fazio, right? Or you can even pick Alex Hermosi. That's the OG. You don't even need any other resource. Just watch 100 million offers. Work on your offer first. If objections are okay, right, you will get objections on any offer that you have. But if your offer is so bad that even the most predictable case is an objection, then it means that the offer needs fixing. And the offer doesn't really, it's not like it only shows up in sales calls. When you are talking to your prospects inside the DMs, or you are doing any form of cold outreach, if your offer isn't good, it will not attract attention. Okay. Second one is, because of this one thing, you're just not getting good replies. So either it could be an offer problem, or it could be the issue that your outreach script is bad, right? Number three is you have no case studies. Now, this is a very big endless loop, you can say. New people come in, and then they are beaten by people who have experience. But then how do new people get experience, right? It's putting more skin in the game, offering free trials, offering free case studies, and doing more work for yourself. Okay. Like I said, your offer is bad. And point number four is your offer to book a discovery call is bad. People have no incentive to get on a call with you. Most of the times, people have this perception that discovery call is just a conversation where you are selling something to them. Okay. At the end of the day, sales is all about helping the other person. And if the other person doesn't feel like they do not have any incentive of getting on the call with you, they will not get on a call with you. Okay. And the last one is, you probably do not have a good sales process. If you do not have a system in place, and if you do not have step by step plans that you just implement in every single sales call, or every single discovery call and closing call you have, there's no predictable cash flow. Okay. Another point why you might need this process is, you are looking to get clients through social media DMs. You probably think that email outreach is complicated for you. And again, that's something that I am working on currently, is to learn email outreach more, because all of the business that I've closed so far, it's through cold DMs. Okay. And because of all of these problems, like I said in the first point, that's why you do not have a predictable inflow of clients and cash flow inside your own business. So, moving forward, some of the things about my agency: we offer social media marketing especially on Instagram. So personal branding and lead generation for online service providers and founders, right? So we help people create personal brands, and then the ones who have some sort of a product that they are selling, we help create lead gen cycles for them as well, and some things in the back end to get more product sales. So our packages currently range from, let's say, 2.5k to 4k per month, and then we have 3 to 6 month minimums. So any person that agrees to work with us, they work with us on this term at a minimum. We have done with you packages of managing a personal brand until the production, and then we have done for you packages where we manage the brand completely, right? So it's everything apart from filming, we manage all of it. So far, like I said, I've closed over 100k in deals, and it's rising every single month. So I have had clients pay even 9k upfront and then offer to pay for entire year's worth of service. There's a screenshot. Another thing that we proudly boast when it comes to social media DMs is if our message is seen, we have a 99% positive reply rate. What that means is the DM that we send, if it's seen, because again, a big factor behind cold DMs is it has to be seen first. So if our cold DM is seen, there's a 99% chance that we get a positive reply to it. And what is that? Some of the examples here are here. Like I could easily create a 10-page presentation with the types of responses that we've had, but take a couple which were very recent. Right? This one person said, I actually have a follow-up call with this guy at the end of the month to potentially have collaborate on a 3 or 6 month deal. He said that is probably one of the best intro messages I've ever had. Tell me more. Not sure if I have the budget, but let's see. Got on a call. He had the finances for it. And then second one is, right, it means a lot to me when people hear when I hear people that are touched by my story. I would love to hear more details and grow my brand and name. So that's how we send our messages, and it's a very bona fide process that I created in December last year, and we have been using it templated till this very moment. The DMs are being sent through my Instagram as I'm making this video. Okay, so this is how the process overall looks like. We have the discovery call, right? Like I said, the biggest goal that we should aim for is the amount of discovery calls that we are setting. My personal goal, again, 6 to 8 discovery calls, very qualified every week. If I'm able to do that, agency will keep on growing. Secondly is I need a proper discovery call process. So if I get someone on a call with me, I have to make sure that they go through that call and I'm able to qualify them. Number 3 is lead magnets and use cases. So with this process, I use lead magnets at every stage. Okay. Number 4 is the closing process. Okay. So let's dive straight into the part which is setting discovery calls. All right. So now I'll make myself bigger. IG only allows one DM as of now. So you only have two pathways. Okay. So when you are sending out cold DMs, this particular video will be only talking about sending cold DMs through Instagram and then setting the appointments. So since IG only allows one DM as of this moment, you have two pathways. First one is you send a compliment, you get a reply, then you qualify, then you pitch the offer for the discovery call, and then you set the discovery call. Or a shorter one, this is something that I use. It's compliment plus offer straight away in the first message, get the reply, and then set the discovery call. I usually send the first message, then a message asking for getting on a call, and then the third message, which is the call booking link. That's how I do my process. More people do it through let's say 8 to 10 exchanges. I do it within 3. And then second part is outbound DM optimized for first reply to set the discovery call. Our entire aim is to get a discovery call. We do not, because you will be sending out, let's say 20-30 DMs every single day at the minimum. You can be going even higher. If you do that, your DM should be optimized that you need to have minimal conversations inside the DMs with all of the prospects, because you do not want to get to a point where you are talking to 50 people at once, trying to get them all on a discovery call where you started the conversation with them weeks ago. All right. So the first key element in both of these pathways is the complement. All right. So this is how the compliment is structured. It has to be very personalized. Okay, it has to be personalized to a degree where You have to bring up old stuff. So let's say if you're reaching out to a prospect right now, you have to dig deep enough. So let's say you went to a content piece that was posted 6 months ago, right? It could be a podcast they were on. They could be on several podcasts, so you can bring up that podcast. So now, inside the compliment, it's not just that you have to, you know, make the compliment in a way in which it's just mentioning that I loved your podcast. Easy to say because that can be automated as well. But if you are able to imply a particular aspect of the podcast, that's very valuable, right? So, compli uh, compliment them on something personal that they talked about inside the podcast or an old content piece, right? Make a good 5 6 liner, not 5 6 liner, let's say 4 to 5 liner compliment on IG. I'll tell you one thing. It's only like, of course, for marketing, it's a very good rule of thumb that you need to have very concise messages. When you're sending out a compliment, it says if it's thorough, people love it. People love talking about themselves and people love getting compliments. So if you can make your compliment very thorough, big thumbs up. All right. So that's how the structure, right? You can just be like, hey, name, just watched your podcast on X channel. Absolutely loved the way you talked about XYZ and your story around how you got from A to B while facing C issues. Super inspirational. If you can do that and be actually very specific about it, compliment will be complete and it will be a great DM. So, pathway number one, and it's for new people, okay, is you send out a compliment. Like I said, you have to send out anywhere around 20 to 25 DMs a day on the minimum with a personalized compliment for each. And then once you get the reply, you qualify people on current scenario, what's working, what's not, pitch a case study offer or an offer for a discovery call, and then you book the call. But how does the entire workflow look like? This is it. All right. So you firstly, in your first DM, you do this. You send them a message which is, do you offer online coaching or do you offer mentorships or do you have the capacity to take on more clients? Or it's like any outcome that is like, favorable for them. Uh, are you like, are you working on improving your website or are you working on getting more sales? Because most of the people that you are reaching out to, they all want a specific amount of outcome, right? And because that's your target audience, you need to know. So let's say if I'm working in the space of coaches and service providers, I'll be like, do you have the capacity to take on more clients? And then you send that out along with a compliment. Okay. Second one is you receive a reply. Now, around 10% of your messages will be seen and only a select few percentage will be actually accepted from the message request. Okay. Most of the times, the answer to this question is positive. Not positive like tell me everything that you have and I want to know all of it. Positive in a way in which they are curious. So they'll be like, yes, yes, I am looking for more clients. Are you looking to improve your fitness or are you looking to improve your business? Something like that. That's where you have to at least change their perception because you cannot play like a customer and then end up selling them. They will like it's like a forbidden rule in the DMs. If you pose as someone else and then you actually turn out to be something different, no in the sale. All right, so you don't beat around the bush and you point out where are you going to help, right? So be very specific because you have received a reply. It means that there's a higher chance of receiving a reply the second time. All right, so it's I saw your post or I saw your website about getting some sort of an outcome, and then you share a small insight. So how's that working out for you? So in my case it could be, hey man, I saw that 3 weeks ago or last week you made this post which actually got really good engagement. So I was just wondering what kind of leads were you able to generate from it? And in that way, you can start a conversation where it's now about their work, right? So you get the reply and then you get information from the prospect, right? Now, if you can get the problems out, you need to add your own input, right? So people would be like, I received amazing, response inside, like from that particular post. So, or they would be like, "Ki, I'm not getting many leads or the website isn't converting." That's where you need to give your own input. If it performs well, you need to show how it can be improved. If it did not perform well, you need to show how it can be improved. Okay. So that's where it's the perfect time to actually pitch your lead magnet. So वहाँ पे so that's where, like, I don't know if I want to make this in, like, Hindi as well, but I'll keep it in English. So that's where you will pitch, and you will pitch either a lead magnet or an offer to get on a discovery call. So it'll be, I actually created a personalized video showcasing how things can be improved. Plus, I recently helped this X person get a Y outcome. You could either say this to ask for permission to send out a Loom video, or you could uh, talk about a discovery call where you can help show them the exact system that can help them overcome that particular problem. Okay, so actually, the lead magnet or the Loom video that you can film in this one, this could be your entire discovery call, or this could be a big part of your presentation from the discovery call. All right, so this is where, like, for newbies, especially beginners, the best approach is the case study method. And this is a bona fide DM. I have actually used this DM to close my first, few case study clients. So I just tell the prospect that I'm doing a 30-day case study where I'm helping online coaches get 4 to 5 high paying clients in the next 30 days. So would you be interested in something like this? And then you ask for a permission, or would you be interested in get on a call and talk about this? Just get people on a discovery call. Okay, and then once they are like, yeah, I'd be up for it, right? You're like, okay, would you be up for a quick chat later this week or early next week? This is a message that I personally use. And then when you get the permission from them, send them the Calendly or Cal. I use Cal personally. Okay, so that's the first pathway. Now in this pathway, there's a lot of uncertainty because you do not know whether you will receive the reply to a compliment or how would the person take it. So it's a bit uncertain after you have gotten a reply as well. But pathway two, this isn't. So if you have some sort of proof of work or you have done something for yourself, for example, in my case, because I was reaching out to people with an account with 100K followers, I had good proof of work. So I didn't even need to tell people that I was able to get XYZ results for someone else. Okay. So it works for people with authority. It's a very big first message, right? If, if this is your iPhone, right, it's probably this big. So compliment, the same, and then the bridge. So it's a 3-part message. Okay. Inside the bridge, you are actually relating the compliment to the offer that you have. So these are some examples. I wanted to reach out because I see that you're killing it with your business, and I loved the podcast that you did with XYZ person, and I see that with the system that you already have, just tweaking these few things, this could get you XYZ growth in your results. Just send out this complete message as it is. Okay. Or you could add a third part to it, right? Which is selling the discovery call straight away. So once you have done this with the systems that, or you already have, tweaking this one thing could get you XYZ results. I'd love to show you how you can get to that point with my own step-by-step process, no strings attached. And let me know if you want something like this, or I would love to film a personalized video showcasing how XYZ can be done. And then this could be a big message in itself. Just send that one. Most of the times what happens, people actually appreciate this message because you're very upfront. You're very upfront with what your intention is with that outbound DM. So there is no, chance of the prospect being like, I thought that you were asking to buy coaching from me, but why are you selling something to me now? Doesn't happen here. Okay. So this is the DM workflow. Send out the compliment and then the first message. Once you receive the reply, if it's negative, it's like, I do not want to get on a call. Or if they clearly say that I do not need help with this, get rid of the prospect. If they say that I do not need help right now, or I can't get on a call, offer them a Loom video. Would you, I would love to film a personalized screen recording video showcasing the process around how it would work for you. Let me know if you would want something like that. Okay. and most of the cases it will be positive. Once it's positive, just straight away ask them, I really appreciate the feedback. Name, would you be up for a quick chat next week or later this week? I would love to walk you through my step by step process, and then send them the call link. This is a proven method to book more discovery calls. You just have to be very professional, right? Do not miss out on any aspects, and do not be an amateur. So once you have gotten the discovery call, how do you actually do discovery calls for sales? Okay, first one is rapport building, and we're going to go straight into the discovery call process. Before you get on the discovery call for 10 minutes, do a pre-call ritual. Okay, find common points regarding your prospects. I actively see if my prospects are into fitness or martial arts, because that helps me build rapport very quickly. And it's sort of an unfair advantage, because martial artists have a very high amount of respect for people who do martial arts, right? And then you prepare specific questions. People love when you ask them very specific deep questions, and if you do that while you're on sales calls, you build more authority. Okay, so once the sales call starts, you have to build rapport. Usually always start the discovery call with, like, where are you speaking from? I see that, like, it's dark in the background, or it's sunny in the background. Are you from America? Right? And then just talk a bit about yourself. Yeah, it's the last call of my day, and I actually have to wake up early tomorrow because I've got a jujitsu session. They would be like, what jujitsu? Or, oh, you do jujitsu as well. Win-win for me. I've created a conversation out of thin air. All right. Once you have gone through a few, like, exchanges like this, be like, hey, I know that we can talk about XYZ all day, but I respect your time and I respect mine as well. So I would say we just jump right into the call. So they would say yes. And then this is where you set authority. During sales, if you let the other person take control, you lose control of the entire sales process. You have to maintain control and authority inside the entire sales process. Okay, so this is probably the most important part of a discovery call. It's pre-framing. So this is where you give an overview of the call and you set realistic expectations, if and if not. Okay, and then you set the intention. So a typical pre-frame would look like, so like you have told the client that let's just jump right into it. I'm going to tell you guys my framework. Okay, so this is how I pre-frame my discovery calls. So usually how I do these calls is I have prepared a few amount of questions for you. Once I get that, I would have a more realistic viewpoint around how things look for you currently. Then I would love to answer your questions. And then after that, I'm going to take a few minutes and then walk you through my process. And then after that, if it's a fit, I will invite you to another call with us where we can discuss a step by step plan made for you. And if it's not, I would still give you more resources and help you out, like, so you get to a certain outcome. This is something like, this is probably about 90% of the pre-frame. Apart from it, it's all personalized based on the prospect. Okay, and then also very important thing is you also mentioned in the pre-frame that are you there to sell or not. So typically how I do it is, if I know that it's a lower ticket, or it's a some sort of a, like, I know that the prospect isn't gonna be the highest ticket sale for me. So I say that if it's a fit, I would present our offer and how things could work for you. Let's say if it's not, if I know that the client is a higher ticket and I know that I need another closing call, I would be like, and I'm not. I would love to, like, how should I frame it again? Okay, this is how it looks like. I tell the prospect that, and just to let you know beforehand, this is not a call where I'm going to sell you anything. This is more of an if call. If this becomes a fit, I will invite you to a closing call. In case it's not, I would still love to help you out and see, like, how I can help you get to XYZ. This is how you pre-frame. All right. And then after that, you ask questions properly. The questions you need to prepare before you get on the call with the prospect. Typically, the questions are only about three things during sales: is what's your current process, what are your goals and problems, and then what are the current biggest roadblocks that you're facing. All right, so once you have uh, taken account of all of these questions, that's where you have a 3 to 4 minute max presentation or a standardized process that you can then have some sort of a monologue on the call itself, and then you can share your screen and then you can walk them through the process completely. Right, and then after that you offer solutions that, okay, I saw that regarding your current process, you mentioned XYZ. This is one thing that's working out right now. And one thing I'll tell you guys, do not be afraid to share information that you actually tell your clients. But if you give that to free, give that to your prospect for free, it's going to help you out a lot. All right. So once you offer the solution, change the framing, right? If they say that, let's say they are struggling with time and time management, make your offer about being about more time management. If they say that they can't bring out the best quality of work, make it about that. But be very flexible about how you are able to get the offer over to the other side. So let's say if I'm on a sales call with a prospect and they tell me that we like I can create good content, but I just do not have the time to ideate all of it. I will give my offer in a way in which, and I will present my offer in a way in which it will be like, with this process, our clients usually spend only about 4 to 5 hours a month on the entire process, and we take care of the entire brand. So I've put that in front. Let's say if the clients are like, I'm ready to put more effort into it, but I just don't understand how to improve the quality of my content. Then I change the offer. It's the same thing, but it's emphasizing on different points, right? So I'll be like, typically our clients only spend about 4 to 5 hours, but our aim is to create content in a way in which it never looks like it's being done by someone else, because the team is being led by a creator with a good amount of audience, and then the creators inside the team create content for themselves as well. So we have a team of proper content creators and not just script writers, right? So that way I'm able to offer the same solution but change the framing of it. All right. So after that, like, and after you have presented your offer, if it's a fit and you know that they are a fit, uh, you just sell them straight away based on the ticket size, or you offer them a closing call, right? Hey name, I appreciate you for sharing all the information so far. I believe it's a perfect fit for what we do. Based on what I told you earlier, not going to sell you anything right now. How about we have a follow up meet in a couple days? In the meantime, I will prepare a step by step plan around how this could be implemented for you. And if you have any questions, I'm one message away. This is something that I do for prospects who I need to close on in 2 calls. And then if it's a prospect that I know that I can close on this call itself, I'm like, so, hey name, I appreciate you for sharing all the information so far. I believe this is a perfect fit for what we do. And these are the packages that we offer. Done. And after that comes objection handling. It's a completely different video, but most of the times if your discovery call goes really well and the prospect is really good, you probably won't have any objections. All right. But if the prospect is not a fit, you offer a lead magnet. And this is where you actually have to be bold about offering a solution, because in your mind you're like, this prospect is of no use to me anymore. But being a good salesperson, you have to help the prospect. Okay. So this is something that I do personally all the time. Is, hey name, I appreciate you sharing all the information so far. Unfortunately, this isn't a fit for what we do, because, and then it could be about budget, or it could be about the process that they have, or it could be that what they have currently isn't a fit for what we do, right? After that, I say, still I want to leave this space better than I found it. So right after this call, I'll share the XYZ process that can help you get from X to Y. And it's actually a big part of what we offer inside of our service. And I don't want you to leave empty handed. After that, I'll put you in my list of selected people to follow up with after 2 months. And then after that, once things are better for you, we can catch up. And if it's a fit, I'll invite you to work with us. But it's still uncertain because we have a big list of people who are wanting to work. So that's how I maintain authority. And then I offer a solution. Plus, I have a lead that I can follow up with. All right. So this is where you need to understand that. So you have, of course, now you know the discovery call process. You know how to book closing calls or how to present your offers, right? That's where you have to understand. You need to have a lot of lead magnets. I have about 4 to 5 lead magnets that I can use at every part of the process. Something that I can offer before a discovery call, something that I can offer after the discovery call. Even if it's a fit for what we do, I still offer a lead magnet. And then even if it's not a fit for what we do, I still offer a lead magnet. All right. So I have all of those. And then you need to have lead magnets placed everywhere. If your offer is upfront to book discovery calls, the Loom video that you send, that's a lead magnet. Or if you have a mini course that you can send, that's a lead magnet. Or if you have a sample project that you can do, that's a lead magnet. Another lead magnet is you plug it in your own content and then you automate and then you plug the discovery call inside the lead magnet. So let's say it's a Notion guide, and then at the end of the Notion guide it says it has a call to action to book a discovery call. And then after the discovery call, in this particular case, you need to have a lead magnet, and then you offer lead magnets in outreach as well. So let's say if you have such a good process that it's not even a personalized Loom video, but it's a generalized Loom video, something like this, I can just offer this for free. Okay. And then I know that will help the people. And then after that, once you have the closing call, it's a pretty simple process for us, but in particular, because I only book the second call with people that I know are qualified and are fit for what we do. So I usually only have objections about pricing sometimes, but after that, apart from that, I have no objections about our service. So first, how I structure these closing calls is I want to be quick. I do not want to take, let's say, an hour to close someone. I want to close the deal within 15 minutes. So first one is a quick recap of the discovery call, build rapport again, and then maybe catch up about what happened in the next, in the last week or so, and then tell them that hey, so in the last call, just to bring everything up and make everything clear again, this is what we talked about. So if you have any questions, you can ask us now. They will ask the questions about process, about the offer or something like that. Once you have answered everything about the process and the offer comes up, you sell. Okay. Now, based on the budget, you either sell or you downsell. You need to have something that you can downsell as well. So it's always a sale, right? And then probably the biggest hack that I have found inside my closing process is to be abundant. And the best clients are the ones that do not negotiate at all. Okay. You have to be abundant and you have to command respect when you're on discovery calls or closing calls, especially with the client. So if let's say they say that I do not think that this is a fit right now, be like, okay, completely. I actually have 3 more people that want to join us, but we only can onboard 2 more. So I'll put you in the list of people that we can follow up with, and then I'll reach out to you next month. A lot of time it creates FOMO. Right, it creates FOMO. So some of the 3K deals, 3K per month deals that I've closed this year have been through this process that I have. So this can be done actually after the discovery call as well. Is let's say you have offered the discovery call, but they insist on knowing the price, and then you tell the price, but they're like, this is not a fit. So you can say that message and then you follow up with the prospect consistently inside the DMs for like 2 to 4 weeks, and then offer a follow up call inside the DMs when you know that they're a fit now, right? And then inside the DMs when you are following up with them, offer a lead magnet. So let's say if I have closing calls with someone and I don't close them, I get into the DMs and then I offer them another lead magnet that can help them at that part of the process. Maybe I film another Loom video, or if I have a lead magnet that's suited for that, we'll offer that. Okay. And then once they have gone through the lead magnet, get their feedback, book another follow up call. So this is pretty much the entire sales process that has helped me get this particular outcome. And then we are only rising. I've only had the agency for just over a year. All right. So your actionable steps is you want to craft your own DMs. You want to create your lead magnets. You have to start manual prospecting and then use these DM frameworks to book as many discovery calls as humanly possible. All right. This is this is a big part of what I teach inside Expert Creator Blueprint. This is my community where I help people build personal brands and help get clients through that personal brands for their service businesses. So if you want to learn from me, you can join my community. Link is in the description. Plus, if you want this presentation as well, I'm going to put the link in the description as well. So you can have that presentation for yourself and then just plug and play the structures from it. I actually planned this video to be like 15-16 minutes, but it went twice of that length, but it's all good. It's 2 a.m., but we are still grinding. So I hope you guys got value from it. If you are not subscribed yet, subscribe. And yeah, just let me know your feedback in the comments. I'm going to do a lot more of these to add value to your service businesses. and your personal brands moving forward. So be on the lookout. And then after that, again, like I said, if you want to learn from me, Expert Creator Blueprint, link is in the bio, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload. Bye.